The Banshee is a supernatural figure from Irish mythology, known for her eerie wailing and association with impending death. Often depicted as a ghostly woman, the Banshee's mournful cries are said to foretell the death of a family member, making her one of the most haunting and iconic figures in Irish and Celtic folklore. Background, origins and name. The term Banshee comes from the Irish Bean Sea or Bean Sidhe, which translates to woman of the fairy mound or fairy woman. In Irish mythology, the Banshee is considered a member of the Ouse Sea, a supernatural race comparable to fairies or elves. These beings are believed to inhabit the Sidhe, or mounds, which are thought to be entrances to the fairy realm. Appearance. The Banshee's appearance varies in different stories. She is often described as a woman of ethereal beauty with long, flowing hair, wearing a white or gray cloak. In some tales, she appears as a more frightening figure, an old woman with a wrinkled face, red eyes from weeping, and wearing ragged clothes. Regardless of her form, her most defining feature is her wail or keening, a sorrowful, mournful cry that is said to chill anyone who hears it. Role in folklore. Harbinger of death. The primary role of the Banshee is to serve as a harbinger of death. Her cries are an omen that someone in a particular family is about to die. Traditionally, she is said to wail for 5 great Gaelic families: the O'Neill, O'Briens, O'Connors, O'Grady's, and Kavanagh's. However, over time, the belief expanded to include other Irish families. Keening. The Banshee's cry is akin to the traditional Irish practice of keening, where mourners would wail and lament the passing of a loved one. The sound of her wail is described as both beautiful and terrifying, evoking deep sorrow and an uncanny sense of dread. Her keening serves as a bridge between the world of the living and the dead. Protector and mourner. In some interpretations, the Banshee is not malevolent. Instead, she is seen as a protective spirit of the family, mourning the impending loss and showing empathy for the grief of those she is connected to. This view suggests that the Banshee, despite her fearsome reputation, has a compassionate role, mourning the dead much like a family member would. Banshee's influence on the individual. The Banshee typically appears or is heard by the person who is about to die or by their family members. In some tales, she appears as a warning to give the family time to prepare for the inevitable death, offering a chance to say final goodbyes. Cultural impact. Symbolism of the Banshee. The Banshee represents the thin veil between life and death in Irish culture. Her presence underscores the inevitability of death and the deep-seated respect for the transition from life to the afterlife. Her role as both a mourner and a harbinger reflects the importance of family and the strong emotional bonds that define Irish social and cultural life. Influence in literature and media. The Banshee has made numerous appearances in literature, music, film, and television, often portrayed as a spectral figure embodying the themes of fate and mortality. She is a common feature in works that explore Irish culture or supernatural themes, reflecting her place as a quintessential figure of Irish mythology. Modern interpretations. In contemporary culture, the Banshee has been reimagined in various ways, from a frightening entity to a misunderstood spirit. She has appeared in fantasy novels, horror films, and even as a character in various comic book series. These modern adaptations often play on her eerie presence and the chilling impact of her wail, emphasizing the timeless fascination with her legend. Comparative mythology. Similar figures to the Banshee can be found in other cultures' folklore, such as the Bean Nye in Scottish lore or the La Llorona in Latin American myths. These parallels highlight the universal human experience of grappling with the concepts of death and mourning, and the embodiment of these fears in supernatural entities. Conclusion. The Banshee remains one of the most evocative figures in Irish mythology, embodying the deep connection between the living and the dead, and the powerful emotions surrounding loss and grief. Her wailing cry is not just a forewarning of death, but a reminder of the inevitable passage of time and the cycles of life. Whether viewed as a protective spirit or a harbinger of doom, the Banshee's presence in folklore serves as a powerful symbol of the mysteries that lie beyond the mortal realm. Her story continues to captivate and resonate, illustrating the enduring power of myth to convey the deepest human fears and emotions.